Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the card game where we're currently playing the Dunwich Legacy campaign. We're about to start, I think it's episode 37, but before we do we've got a few things to go through. Yes, last turn I asked about Vicious Blow and whether I could use it. I can't use it. I missed it in the rules. Apparently you have to have an icon here, and the icon means those are the only skill tests that you can use it on, so Vicious Blow can only be used on a combat test. A few skill cards have more than one icon, and obviously there are skill cards like Unexpected Courage that have wild cards on them, and we could have used those. But Vicious Blow, unfortunately, we can't use. So thanks to Eric and Chick and a few others in various media that put me straight on that one. Cheers, guys. Okay, so we've gone through that. Yes, it's been a while since our last episode, but I did go through that briefly. I am very busy at the moment. And the other thing is, it's absolutely roasting in Britain. There's a heat wave going on and it's ridiculous. In fact, quite close to me there's a big moorland fire. Well, there's two actually. There's one in Saddleworth and there's another one up at Bolton near Winter Hill, which just shows you how hot it is. Fortunately, they're nowhere near me. We're not even getting the smoke from them. The only smoke we're getting is from barbecues. But it is really hot. I have mentioned in other playthroughs that where I do my recording, it's the back of the house. And during the afternoon it just gets the sun on it. Additionally, we do have solar panels, which is great because we're coining it in, but they are right over the back room where I record, and ever since we've had them fitted it's even warmer, man. So I'm actually doing this recording at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully I'll be able to get through it before I dissolve, but we'll see how we go on. One other thing, you'll have noticed that finally the adverts have come on. I did mention it about a month ago. It's took them ages. They must have really gone over my channel with a fine-tooth comb, but anyway, the adverts have started, so I am sorry about that, but I'm currently unemployed. I've got made redundant. I have got another job, but I don't start till the end of July. Hopefully, after I start the job, obviously there'll be, a short probationary period and stuff, but if I end up staying in the job, then I'll just get rid of them. I'll turn the monetisation off and you won't have to put up with them. But probably for a few months they'll be there, and then if I decide that I like the job and the job decides it likes me, then I will just get rid of them. But as it stands, you're going to have to put up with them, so sorry about that. Okay. Oh, I've made the massive amount. In the week that it's been on, I've made 71 cents, people. 71 cents. Yeah. That's one in the eye. 71 cents that you haven't got, Mr. Zuckerberg. It's mine. So, there we go. I'm coining it in. The solar panels, the monetisation on the YouTube. Bloody hell. Who needs a job? Okay, right, I think that's it. England are still in the World Cup. Woohoo! Even though we got beat by Belgium. But Belgium have got a better team, to be honest. And we've got Colombia in the next round. I think that's on Thursday. To be honest, I'm fully expecting us to get beat. I was just happy that we got out of the group. Colombia aren't the best team in the world, but we aren't either, to be perfectly honest. So we flattered to deceive. Scoring a few goals against Tunisia and against Panama, but I think we'll get found out. So after Thursday, we may be back on being able to do a few more episodes every week than what we have been doing. And with any luck, the weather will break as well. But I'm just wittering on. Even when I only do a single round in an episode, I find a way to fill out the time. All right, so that is it for... Yes, corrections, explanations, all the rest of it. So let's get straight into the mythos phase and the next episode. And here we are at the mythos phase. So first things first, we get a doom. So pop that there. We're on 2 doom, but as you can see from the die, we've got a 6 doom limit, so we're fine. So it's just a pulling card. So first card is Zoey. Whoop. Let's see what she gets. And she gets Rotting Remains, always nice. Revelation, test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. So, ooh. So she has got a willpower of 4. I think we're just going to have to do a 4 versus 3. I don't want to waste any cards. So 4 versus 3. And we pull out a Elder thing. That's not good, is it? I think we're going to... I think we are going to lose. There it is, -3. So we lose 3. Blimey. So that was awful, wasn't it? So we lose 3 horror straight off. Can't lose any more than 3. Yeah, because it's test 3. But by pulling that out, we have done awful. And yes, perhaps I should have thrown an unexpected courage at it. At least we'd have only lost 1 then. But oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So she is down onto 3 now. That is really bad. And we've got to pull another card for Daisy. Daisy gets Attracting Attention. Yes! Brilliant. Surge. It surges, but so what? Revelation. Each brood of Yog-Sothoth enemy in play moves once towards you. That's why I wanted this. Normally you don't want it, but we are ready to try and kill one, and this means that one will actually move into our spot, and we do want it to move into where our Devil's Hopyard. So in a way, this is good. Let us just move these broods. So here's one. That will go to Whately Ruins, because it's coming towards us, and this is the important one. This one is actually going to go to the Devil's Hopyard. So there we go. That moves there. It's bad in a way because it has it's got that card on it that means we both take a horror. So Zoey is going down to 2. Yeah, we're in bad shape really. So Zoey's down to 2 horror. That is really bad. But the horror for Daisy, it's not going to go on to Daisy. We are going to put it onto Dr. Christopher. So there we go. But yes, Zoey is in a bad way now. She may have to resign shortly. Okay, ooh, that was horrendous, and it's Surge, so let's get rid of that. And we get another one. Ruin and Destruction. If there are no investigators at the same location of Brood of Yog-Sothoth, Ruin and Destruction gain Surge. Well, there is one now. Otherwise, each investigator at the same location as a Brood of Yog-Sothoth tests Agility 3. For each point he or she fails by, they take a damage. Oh, so we've both got to take this. Agility 3. And our agility is pants. It's only 2 for Zoey. Oh, has she got any agility icons? No, she has not. That's bad. And we can use unexpected... Oh, we've got manual dexterity. So that'll do for Daisy. And have we got any other... I don't want to use shortcuts. Oh, but you know what? We've got an unexpected courage. Okay, Daisy's going to play manual dexterity. She's going to commit that, but that is for Zoey, and she's going to use an unexpected courage for herself. Yep, so it's 4 versus 3. I think that's the best we can do. 4 versus 3, and this is Zoey first, and we get a -3, so she loses 2. Blimey. She has took some damage this turn, and then it is Daisy Walker, 4 versus 3. and she gets, what, a fail. So that's horrendous. So what was the test? 3. So 3 is the most damage she can lose, and that's what she loses. So there we go, she's down to 1. Can't use it on Dr. Christopher, he'd just die. So that is horrendous. Yes, we're in big trouble, aren't we? We are in very big trouble, and we lost 2 cards for absolutely nothing. Haven't we pulled horrendously from the bag? That is bad. Right, that's it. Right, that's it. We're just going to resign here. Her on 1. I mean, we've got medical text, but we've got the actual thing right next to us now. So I think we're just going to have to. We're just going to have to do a runner. I think. Yes, thinking. Oh, hang on. Ward of Protection. Too late now. Yeah. Possibly should have played Ward of Protection. But, and higher education, that would have helped. But, well, it wouldn't, because we got a tentacle, didn't we? So, playing any of those cards, it's a good job I didn't consider that. Yes, 1 health. Even if we use medical text, we'd only get up to 2. Yes, I think we're going to be resigning. So that just goes to show what can happen. We just got a horrendous load of cards there. We're going to have to. We're just going to have to do one. I think I can't see any way we're going to actually kill anything. And yeah, I mean, we've got it on Devil's Hop Yard. We could put 1. Let's have a think. We could put 1 of her clues on it. So yeah, and once we start putting clues on it, that means it gets -1, doesn't it? Let's just check. It's in here somewhere. I'm sure it is. What is it? Somewhere. I'm sure it is somewhere. Just before we get into the investigation phase, I'll check. But we can put like 1 clue on it. Would take a health, and so that'd be 5, and we've got to get 2. We may have a quick go at trying to kill 1, but if it doesn't work, what we're going to do is we're going to run. That's what we're going to do. Okay, right, let's get into the investigation phase. And here we are, the investigation phase. Bit of a donut. She didn't take 3 damage. Well, she did take 3 damage, but obviously she's going to put it on a bulletproof vest. I remembered in the end. The thing where the clues come into play, it's with esoteric formula. I knew it was there somewhere, so we'd get +2 for an attack. So we're going to do that. And because of that, it's Daisy who's got all the clues. So I'm not sure, actually. I'm only going to put 1 clue on. Because, actually, can you do 2? I think we can put 2 on because they become a pool of clues, don't they? I think they become a pool of clues. So what we're going to do is Daisy is going first, but as the free action, because of the Devil's Hop Yard up here, the free action is it gets caught in the mud, and we can put clues onto it. And I think because we're both together, these clues become shared. So I think Zoey and Daisy can put a clue on it. So that's 2. So that's +4 for the attack, which is good. So that'll be excellent news. And we'll pretty much make sure that we kill at least 1 before we do a runner. Because I'm still worried about Zoey. to be honest. So we might keep Daisy on the board. Daisy with higher education is pretty tough, so perhaps she can stay a bit longer, but Zoey with only 2, we're pushing it a bit. I don't want her to get a mental trauma or anything of that nature. So that's unfortunate, and we don't have first aid or anything, so yeah. Right, anyway, remember to put 3 points onto Bulletproof Vest. So she's still on 4, so that's okay. And we've used the free action for the Devil's Hopyard and put 2 clues onto the Brood. 1 from Daisy, and because your clues are shared when you're in the same location, we've put 1 on from Zoey as well. I think that is correct. In fact, I better check that. Hello, I'm back. There wasn't a definitive answer, but I think I was getting it confused with, you know, when you can use them on act and agenda cards, you know, spend 4 clues to advance, and it does actually say then spend as a group. You have to be at the same location then. I don't think this applies with the Devil's Hopyard. It just says spend his or her clues, which seems to indicate, you know, it's the individual. So what we'll do is we'll take one of these clues back, because you can only spend 1. So it's +2, not +4. I've just moved the Brood down here. It's supposed to stay up there because it's massive, but I've moved it down here just so you can see it a little bit easier. So it does have 1 clue on it. So that's what we've done first during Daisy's go, is we've used the free action, we've lowered it into the mud, and we've managed to put a single clue on it. The fact it's got a clue on it, that will also apply for Zoey. Yeah, because it's just esoteric formula says how many clues are on the Brood. Doesn't have to be your clue, it can be any clue. So it will still be +2 for Zoey if we have Zoey having a go at it as well. So there we go. We've managed to put a clue on it, and the next thing we need to do is start good old Daisy's actions. As normal, we'll use her free tome action, and we will use Old Book of Law. And that means we get to look at the top 3 cards of her deck, and we get Manual Dexterity, we get excellent Emergency Cash, and we get Internal Injury. Well, we don't want Internal Injury, that can go back in. And we'll get rid of Manual Dexterity, because Emergency Cash is just the job. Whew, I'm glad we got that, because the resources can be used on higher education. We have 5 cards, so we can still use higher education. We will take Emergency Cash, and our first action will be to use Emergency Cash. So there we go, and or will it? No, we're going to keep it, because we need our first action for something else. We want to make sure that we can sort of run off if we have to. I think we've got 2 we've got 2 resources anyway, so let's just keep them there. Those should be enough. So for our first action, we're going to attack. So we're going to attack the Brood of Yog-Sothoth. We get +2 now. Remember, that's got 6 and it's got a health of 3. So we get +2, which brings us up to 5. And what else are we going to spend? We got rid of bloody Unexpected Courage, didn't we? Zoey is going to spend Guts. Zoey's going to help out. So she is going to commit Guts there. And that'll give us another +2. So that is now 7 versus 6. We're going to spend 1 of these for higher education, which makes it 9 versus 6. Is there anything else we can chuck at it? Yes, Arcane Studies. We're going to make it 10 versus 6. I think that's right. 3 +2 is 5. +2 is 7. +1 is 8. And we spent a resource for higher education, which is 10. So that is 10 versus 6. we're obviously using esoteric formula. And we pull out a broken tablet. Oh, what are we drawing here? A 0. You must either remove all the clue tokens from a brood of Yog-Sothoth in play, or this token's modifier is -4 instead. Oh, we're going to keep the -4. So, good job we committed all these. Oh, Guts goes. And it was part of a successful test, so we'll draw another one for Zoey in a second. We get rid of Arcane Studies. We will put a damage on the brood. And yes, we've got to draw a card. And she gets a flashlight, which is completely useless. So we'll just put it under the flashlight there. And, right, so second action, we've got to attack again. So, yes, what to do? We have 3, so we've got +4, we've got 2, and 2, and we're going to spend another resource for higher education. That'll give us 4, that is 7. And is there anything else we're going to throw at it? Yeah, we're going to throw Ward of Protection at it. Commit it. So that's 8. That's 8 versus 6. And, this is difficult. 8 versus 6. I don't want to throw any shortcuts at it. Yes, 8 versus 6. Yeah, just, is there anything over here? Got dodge. Got if it bleeds. We'll commit if it bleeds and make it 9 versus 6. So that is, it's not going in as an event, it's just going in as a committed card. So that's 9 versus 6. Do we get a 0? Yes. At last we had a decent pull. So that goes, and that goes, and we've got 2 on it, so we only need 1 more. So we've got to make a decision here. Are we going to attack? Because we've got 3, we've got no things there. And is she going to take an attack of opportunity? I think she is, because I think that she can take it. Yes, we're going to play... oh no, that's not going to help either. Emergency cash. I don't think we can play higher education. No, we can't, because we couldn't play it anyway, because we've... it's 5 or more cards and we've only got 4 in our hand at the moment. Ooh! So as it stands, we are 3 versus 6. What are we going to do? We are going... Perhaps should have played emergency cash at the beginning like I was going to. Ooh! Got to have a think now. Hang on, just going to have a think. Okay, I'm back. Oh, this is just so difficult. Right, we're just going to attack. Now, we get +2, so we'll be on 5. It doesn't have retaliate, thankfully. I don't think it does. No, it does not, so that's okay. Because it doesn't have retaliate, we can attack. And that is just going to be 5 versus 6, unfortunately, so we need a +1 or better. Come on. Yes! Get in! So, Elder Sign. +0 if you succeed. Oh, it's our +0, so it doesn't, see. Even that didn't work. So, we didn't succeed. we missed. Oh, you pull an Elder Sign and fail. But that's not the end of a go. We're just going to very quickly, right at the end, we're going to play a shortcut. And what she's going to do is fast, play only during your turn, choose an investigator at your location, move that investigator to a connecting location. So we're going to do that. And she is going to move. I'm not sure whether she gets an attack of opportunity there. I'll just check that, won't be a moment. Hello, I'm back. No, it doesn't trigger an attack of opportunity, so we're okay. She has moved to the Blasted Heath, and that's where she's going to finish her turn. Because it's the Blasted Heath, she takes a damage, so that's the end of her Bulletproof Vest, I'm afraid. But it did its job, so get rid of that. And she remains on 4 health. Okay. Right, so she has done that, and that leaves good old Zoey. And let's move across to Zoey. And here we are with Zoey, and we've got a last-ditch attempt to try and kill this guy. Fortunately, she does have dodge. Otherwise, as soon as we hit the enemy phase, we'd be in massive, massive trouble. But we've still got a plan to get her out of there if she whiffs. But yeah, this is looking pretty grim, actually. If we can't finish it off now, then we're going to really scramble to get out of this one. But, right, her first action, well, she's got to attack. And she has got a willpower of 4. She's going to use the esoteric formula. Now, there is a clue on it, on the Brood of Yog-Sothoth. So that is +2, so she has got 6. 6 versus 6. Is there anything we can add? We could add dodge, but we're going to need it. So we're not going to do that. So it's just a straight attack. So we need better than 0. 0 or better. Sorry. So 0 or better, and we get, whoop, a -1. Oh, that's so close. Second action, 0 or better. And we get a -1 again. And a final action is another attack with the esoteric formula. Come on. And we get, oh, that's a -2. So, whiffed. We totally whiffed. So, yeah, we're just going to have to do a runner next turn, I think. In fact, I might do 2 turns because this is going to be the end of the game, I'm afraid. We're just going to have to leave Dunwich to its fate. Well, the end of the scenario. Okay, right, that is it for the investigation phase. What an awful turn this has been. And let's move into the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase. Now, normally the Brood of Yog-Sothoth would attack, but Zoey is going to pay a resource, and she is going to play dodge. So fast, play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, and we're cancelling the attack. So that's why we kept dodge, and so she's got away with that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, what is next? Well, I think next what we will do is that's not going to move, so we don't have to roll for it. Normally you'd have to roll, but it's at the same location as Zoey as it stands, so it's not going to move. So all we need to roll for is this chap here, who is at the Waitley Farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as normal. We get a 6, which is the 10-acre meadow, thankfully. Good job we didn't get a 3. But, yeah, so it moves to 10-acre meadow. Plop it on here. Remember, this Brood of Yog-Sothoth is actually at Devil's Hot Yard. And that is it for the enemy phase. Next up, it is the Upkeep phase. And here we are at the Upkeep phase. And yeah, it's looking extremely grim. Right, Upkeep phase. Got to refresh cards. So, Old Book of Law comes back in. And that's that. So it's draw cards. Oh, actions. Don't forget the actions. So 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now it's draw cards. So we get a card for Zoey. She gets a fire axe. Not much use in this particular scenario, but we shall pop it there. And she gets another resource. So she gets the resource she spent on dodge back. Then it is Daisy, and Daisy gets Perception. Again, not much use in this scenario, and she gets a resource as well, so she's got a single resource. There we go, and that is it for the Upkeep phase. Well, that was awful. We had an awful turn there. I should have just cut and run, but we did give it a try. You know, Zoey whiffed on 3, 0 or betters, but that's not to be that's to be expected, really. There's about 16 or so tokens in here. There's only a few zeros and +1s and an elder sign. We even drew an elder sign with Daisy, but it was +0, so she didn't manage to get the final hit on it. So yes, we're in dire straits indeed. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll move straight into the next turn, because it's beginning to warm up in here and I'm getting very, very warm. So, and basically we're just going to try and do a runner anyway. I think we gave it our best shot, but with Zoey the way that she is, I think we've pretty much had it. We may, in fact, no, what I'll do is we will end it here, because I'll have a think. We may keep Daisy on the board. Daisy may be able to go in and actually kill it. We just need 5. Whoop, not that over. We just need 5 of... Let's just have a think here. Yes, she just needs to... Yeah, but she'll have to play emergency cash, so we'd need 2. Ooh... Yeah, and we'd be spending... I mean, we could spend a shortcut to zoom across. Oh, should we go for it? Thinking. No, it's not going to work, is it? I've not got enough cards in my hand. Even if I pulled 2 cards, that'd put it up to 6. Do have to spend a shortcut. So 1... an attack, and I think it's too risky. Yeah, I think it's too risky. We'll carry on. We're just going to get the hell out of dodge. So, yeah. Oh, God, I hate it. What a decision. What a horrible decision. In fact, it's that much of a decision, I am going to end it here. So next episode may be very short as we just do a runner, or I may decide to actually go for it. What I've got to do is make sure I get 5 cards in my hand so I can use higher education. I've only got 1 resource at the moment. I can't really use emergency cash, you see, because that is a card in my hand and it'd disappear, which would leave me with 3, which means I'd then need to draw 2 cards and to put in my hand, and then all is guaranteed to go in your hand. Though if we pick a weakness or something like that has to go into play, then I'm scuppered, aren't I? So that's the crux of the problem. Let's be honest. She could end up high and dry there. As you can see, poor old Zoey, she's she'd have another go, but she's trying to pull a 0 or better, and we didn't do, you know, we could just end up like losing both of our investigators. So, yeah, that is going to have to take some thought. So I'm going to leave it here rather than do it straight away. I'll do it on another day. And I have been doing 1 round per episode for the last few days, and it's getting too hot. It's just getting too hot, man. And it's a cliffhanger. We'll leave it on a cliffhanger. So there we go. We've had a rotten round. It's been pants. We were pulling horrendously out of the chaos bag, and that went all the way through, really, because even when we pulled an elder sign, Daisy pulled an elder sign, didn't help us. So that just goes to show what a horrible, rubbish round we've had. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that, I think. Plus the fact I may have made an error. So, if I leave it now, somebody can tell us the error I've made, and I may be able to fix it for next turn. So, yes, sorry about that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the help, support. Thank you for all the likes, dislikes, for all the views, for the subscriptions, anything like that. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who's been watching this across at Board Game Links and BGG, and any comments, likes, Geek Gold, anything that you've given me there, thank you so much. It's just really kind of you. Thank you very much. And yes, that is it for, well, I think it's episode 37. It may be episode 38. I'm losing count, but that is the end of it, and I hope you will join me next time. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.